Hi, and welcome once again to Stone Soup.
The world according to Sci-Fi Geeks.
This is my beautiful daughter, Rhiannon.
And this is my lovely mother, Sandy. Today we will be reviewing Megamind. We saw it over Thanksgiving weekend. Well, on Thanksgiving itself proper. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
We liked it,
Yes.
for starters. It's cute.
Yeah, I had kind of a mixed bag reaction.
Okay.
I found much of it very funny, but there were certain plot points that did not sit well with me. Now, I know it's a cartoon, don't take it so seriously, but, I'm of the school of I'm willing to suspend my sense of disbelief, not hang it by the neck until dead.
Also, we spend a lot of time trying to explain to people just because it's animated doesn't mean that it should be simple-minded.
Yes.
Because a lot of, the anime that she and her brother watch, boy, is that ever not a cartoon.
Ha, no.
And this is, but still.
Uh-huh.
It needs to at least be consistent within itself.
Yes. And basically, okay, spoiler alert, people. If you haven't seen the movie, you're about to find out things about it that you might hurt your ability to see, including bits of the ending. But basically, part of the plot is in the beginning is that Megamind himself crash lands from his alien planet in a prison, and the prisoners just keep the baby. No.
No.
One of the guards of the warden saw that they would have taken him away, and I'd say sent to an orphanage, except that Megamind is bright blue.
And although he has the same rough, general configuration of a human being, he obviously is not one.
He would have been sent to a science lab and dissected. Let's
Poor
be frank.
baby.
Oh, not dissected, but very
a prison is a government facility. They would take that baby somewhere. They wouldn't even realize it was a baby at first.
No, they just know it's an alien critter.
Yeah. It's not like we haven't launched critters into space. Dogs, cats, monkeys.
Yep.
Oh, yes, we did. Back in the dark ages of space. Never mind.
Yes.
But, and that was the thing that got me is spoilers again, the two ships from two different planets both land on Earth on the same day or within a couple of days of each other, and it's like both of them have Superman's backstory. It's like, come on, guys.
Well, their system is being sucked into a black hole. I mean, the whole thing, in part, is sort of a parody on Superman, granted, but still.
Yeah.
And well, I don't exactly have an issue with bad guys eventually turning good. The way they had Megamind do it doesn't quite work for me. And the fact that everybody was willing to just forgive him when he'd been terrorizing the city for pretty much his entire adult life just doesn't work. Especially the comments that he has like 88 life sentences.
And he only went good because he needed to fix a mess that he had made. So
after finally, he thought he had defeated Metro Man, he realized that without superhero to pit himself against, life
was boring. He didn't have anything to do.
Running rabbit in the streets was not as much fun as he thought it would be after the third or fourth week. So he tried to make a new superhero. And the interesting point of that, just being in general a good guy does not make you a good hero. It takes lots of, how to put this? Simply being, on the whole, a nice person does not mean you'll be a good hero, because, superpowers can really mess up your head. This guy, when we first see him, like I said, he comes off as a nice enough guy, a little geeky. The problem is, once he has powers, he goes off the deep end.
Way off the deep end. Because if you're going to turn some normal person into a superhero, you kind of need to make sure they're sane.
Yeah.
It's just a small thing. Of course, then there wouldn't have been any story, so whatever. And they did have us laughing out loud a couple times, which does not often happen for me. And,
But,
the voice work was good, and the animation was excellent. Oh, 3D.
Yes,
It was
in 3D.
in 3D. It was an experiment my husband wanted to run. Because what with her having the problem of getting the glasses over her glasses and me having the problem of being a Cyclops.
Essentially. You may recall when we reviewed Avatar, we mentioned that we don't like 3D because it doesn't work for us. Now, we hadn't tried the new polarized glasses yet.
The blue-red thing really will not work for Cyclops. It just won't because you're only looking out of one lens. But the Polaroids did work.
Yes.
There was one problem. The glasses were too big. I had to hold the glasses in place like this for the whole thing, which was a little annoying and kind of irritated my nose. But be that as it may.
Mine weren't too big, but I kept feeling like I needed to push them closer to my eyes. but I couldn't do that because my normal glasses were in the way. So in a way,
And I had
could
my normal
see-
glasses on too, I think.
Yeah, I could see technically, but it was not comfortable, and it wasn't quite right because the glasses couldn't be, sitting on my face the way they really should be. Like, oh look, normal glasses should be. And at first somebody says, "Well, why don't you just get contacts?" My eyes don't like having things put in them.
Her dad's the same way. Just they will not. The eyes themselves will not allow it. They just won't do it.
And so I just wear normal glasses. And the thing is, the 3D was okay. Like I said, it didn't quite work for me. It gave me a slight headache, to tell you the truth. But the thing is, it didn't add anything. It was a nice little. It did.
What?
They charge you more for
Oh, they charge you more for it, but it
doesn't
doesn't
add to the
add
story.
anything to the story. The
mean-
story has to stand on its own, or it doesn't stand.
Yep.
Period. And the only thing I've ever noticed that 3D ever gets used for, because I have seen a few things off and on over the last just quite years of my life, is that they throw things at you.
Yeah.
They want you to feel like you're being knocked through the screen. And the only place I've ever been where it even sort of worked was Disneyland. And they have over the years had several 3D movies, one from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Captain EO, which was a Michael Jackson thing. And
Other things now, I'm sure.
I'm sure there were a couple others, but I don't remember what they were. What?
T2 at Universal. That was
Oh yes,
fun.
the T2 thing was great. But
But basically, with movies, we have never actually seen a movie with 3D. I mean, we have only seen a handful of them because, like we said, it doesn't work with our eyes. But none of them actually use it to improve the story any. It was just a matter of, oh, look, it's flying right at you. Okay,
Now-
that's kind of interesting, but it's not that good. And
yeah. Now some friends of
doesn't
ours have
add.
said that Coraline in 3D, it does add something. We watched it in 2D on our television set, and I don't know what the 3D would have added, but okay,
With Megamind, okay, ooh, look, water sprays at you, confetti. The street looks like it goes on forever. Okay, that's kind of interesting.
a big rock comes flying at you from the screen, and you're like, "Rah!" Oh. And at Disneyland, watching theirs, I have tried to reach for things and felt like an idiot, but that's just one of those things.
Well, that's part of what they're hoping for with 3D. But
Yeah.
with most movies, it doesn't actually add anything.
And it requires really expensive, well-done glasses, which Disney, pony up the bucks for, but which theaters just can't.
Yes. And also, a lot of movies that are coming out in 3D weren't originally filmed to be in 3D. It's something they did to it afterward, which is one of the reasons it doesn't actually work.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, I have not personally ever been part of the process, so I'm just saying this secondhand, but making something in 3D, for whatever reason, will darken the picture slightly. I mean, probably part of the glasses. So
Oh, it probably is.
So it takes a bright movie and makes it dark, and if it happens to be a dark movie to start with, it makes it sludge. You can't see well.
I happen to be night blind in the eye that actually does work. If the picture's too dark, I can't see it anyway. If you
can't
make
win.
it darker, what would I be seeing? A black screen? That's useless. I'm like, turn the channel, let's watch something else.
Yep.
Your eye only receives a quarter of the light that they throw up on the screen.
My husband says that my eye only receives a quarter of the light that they throw up on the screen. If you cut that down, what am I seeing? I have enough problems just making out what the heck is going on Buffy, for instance. Only a lot of it has to take place at night.
Vampires and all.
Yeah, vampires and all, slaying and all.
Not going to see a whole lot of vampires out in the daylight. Twilight be damned. But basically,
What was
yes,
that?
Twilight was last week. Basically, like we say, Megamind is kind of a mixed bag for us. Lots of it is very, very funny, but there are plot points that don't quite sit right with us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just us. If you thought the whole thing was fine, if you're willing to just overlook the inconsistencies, fine.
I'm not sure it's an inconsistency. It's just a wrongness.
Yeah.
That, suddenly he's a big hero, even though he should be spending 88 life sentences in prison. What the heck did he do before?
Yeah. You don't get a life sentence just for robbery, perchance. That's usually say for things like, murder. Yeah, that's something to keep in mind.
Destroying a city, which is like murder on a mass scale, and so on and so
I mean,
forth.
yes, he made good. But you know what? If he'd really become a good guy, he would have marched back in prison and accepted his punishment.
Ooh, good point.
Thank you.
As you can see, I raised a very moral daughter.
I do try.
I'm so proud.
But again, it is for the most part a fun flick.
Yeah, it is. It is a fun flick, and
Brad Pitt as Metro Man is very amusing.
yeah, there were some things about that I didn't quite get either. But
Yeah.
but he was. Yes, he is very amusing, and
You can't sing, but
well, you know what? I think maybe he wasn't supposed to be able to
Well,
sing, so,
true,
so maybe
yeah.
that was deliberate. Maybe Brad can sing, but maybe again he was like, "No, it's okay, guys, because I'm a crappy singer."
but
God knows there are those of us who are. But so we can't recommend that you don't go see it because we enjoyed ourselves.
I don't know if we'll want to buy it when it comes out on disc.
Yeah, I don't think we will because we probably would want to watch it again. And just, we'll
Yeah,
see.
we're seeing once.
Definitely worth seeing once.
Whether
If
or
we
not-
hadn't seen it in the theater, we probably would have picked it up at Costco sooner or later.
Yeah, whether it's worth seeing more than once, that's pretty much up to you.
Yeah. Because, like, I totally want to pick up Despicable Me because we didn't see that in the theater. I want to see it. So, anyway, that's all for Megamind. And 3D.
Yes. We stand by what we said before in our review of James Cameron's Avatar. We'll stick to duty. Thank you kindly.
Because it just doesn't do us any good.
Nope.
So, bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.